I've been watching the Australian housing market for a very long time, and it really just doesn't seem to matter what's happening in the world or who's in charge. Australia's housing shortage just gets worse and worse. Despite how bad things are right now, a couple of recent reports estimate the housing shortage can only get worse, all the way through to the end of the decade. First up, there was a report from Oxford Economics. They claim that Australia is on track to build 960,000 homes over the next 5 years. Time to pull out the magic wands. Charting it out, they have our building rate slowly building back to the highs of 2017 and 2021 by the end of the decade. But so much can go wrong between now and then, as we learned in the last 4 years. Oxford's predictions have the current squeeze on builders slowly getting better, and we'll be building those high numbers of homes again by 2029. That's what the report's author, Timothy Herbert, says. Yeah, well, that sounds great. Only it isn't. I bet he is not anything to do with the industry, just a number-crunching nerd, with no idea about how the real world actually works. Because even if we do end up delivering a record amount of homes in 2029, the shortfall between now and then is going to leave us with a much larger chronic shortage than the previous 21,000 per year. Even a fairly impressive 960,000 homes is well short of the government's target of 1.2 million homes over 5 years. As the economists at Macro Business point out, 1.2 million over 5 years is 240,000 a year. We have never built that many homes in a single year. The most was 223,000 in 2017. So the idea that we could hit record pace and hold it for 5 years was never actually realistic. And so what we have then is a dire housing shortage that just gets worse and worse. AMP crunched the numbers recently too. According to their calculations, the cumulative housing shortfall is set to top 200,000 in the near future, even as demand slows as immigration starts to come off the boil in 2 years' time. Interestingly, they break it down by state too, with the housing shortage hitting epic proportions in Queensland, while Victoria looks set to dip into oversupply. I think you'd have a hard time convincing any Victorian renter that there's a housing glut coming anytime soon. But anywhere you cut these numbers, it's clear the housing shortage is only going to get worse. The best case scenario we can hope for is that there is enough temporary accommodation for everyone in the meantime. But as I said, there's a lot that can go wrong. For the next decade at least, you can bank, pretty literally, on Australia having a housing shortage. The only question is, how bad is it actually going to get? And what can we all do to help? Are you looking to boost your returns while also addressing the housing crisis? I've got a few strategies that'll do just that. First, let's talk about land subdivision in infill areas. By splitting your property into smaller lots, you can maximize land use and create additional housing units. This not only increases your property value, but also provides more homes in established neighborhoods. Next up, consider adding a granny flat. These self-contained units are perfect for renting out or housing family members. They offer a great return on investment and contribute additional housing options without needing extra land. Another smart move is converting your house into rooming accommodation. This involves renting out individual rooms, which can be more lucrative than traditional renting. It's a win-win, you get higher returns, and more people have access to affordable living spaces. Interested in learning more? Head over to The Woman Developer for detailed guides and personalized advice. Whether you're ready to dive in or just exploring options, we're here to help you succeed. Thanks for tuning in, and let's make a difference together. For more information or specific questions, contact The Woman Developer today. See you next time.